It brings me pleasure to share the title of our last session, which is Embracing AR at Ulta Beauty. And as you can see, I am joined by Agustina Sartori, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, who is joining us virtually. And just a little bit about Agustina, and then I'll hand the baton to her. She served as the Director of AR Innovation at Ulta Beauty since the company's acquisition of GlamSD, an AR technology company that she founded. In her role, she works to develop AR experiences, AI, and machine learning applications such as Glam Lab with the in-house digital innovation team. So let's give her a warm welcome and take it away, Agustina. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you so much for having me here today. As mentioned, right now my role is a Senior Director of Innovation Experiences and the Innovation Fund at Ulta Beauty. And I'm really excited to be here to share more today about what are we doing at digital innovation, what did we do with augmented reality the past years, and what are our plans for the future as well. I've been with Ulta Beauty for over 3 years now, as mentioned as well, after the acquisition of my company, Glam Street, which at the time, what we did is we developed augmented reality technology for the beauty space. So the digital innovation team at Ulta Beauty is right now, what we do is we're focused on really driving industry-leading digital experiences. So what do we mean by this? Well, we know that exploration and fun are key, actually, reasons for shopping, and that this is enabled by digital capabilities. So this is a very important focus for us as we think about Ulta, right? What we're seeing is also, obviously, we all know that consumers are increasingly adopting technology and adopting digital experiences. And we are creating a competitive advantage by having a digital innovation team that actually develops own capabilities in spaces that we think are key. So since 2018, we have the AR team as part of the acquisition of Glam Street, is part of Ulta Beauty's team, which has been great because it has allowed us to really create and innovate from the inside with very inside knowledge as part of the retailer. So if we think about the past year, what really changed was that the pandemic itself actually drove a shift in behavior for the consumers. And we saw a huge growth on what is e-commerce on our side. The reality is that stores were closed at times. Our physical stores were not available given safety concerns and given store closures. So e-commerce became very important for us. And what did this mean for augmented reality? Well, augmented reality shift from being actually something fun, something engaging, something cool, you could try on makeup virtually, to actually a painkiller. I mean, the stores were not open. People could not try makeup on as they did before, and they had to do it through technology. If we think even backwards, when Ulta Beauty started 20 years ago, they revolutionized how makeup was sold by providing samples. So people could try things. It was fun. It was about color. It was about, how does this look on me? And then suddenly the pandemic came and it's like, well, you can't try anything anymore, right? So we say this is like the second wave of the revolution where we actually allow people to try on makeup through technology. So it was very exciting to be as part of this and to see the adoption and the change of our technology in such an accelerated pace. Right. So if we think even backwards about a journey and our digital journey, right? If we think 2017, well, 2017 was very much about enhancing the mobile app and the web. And 2018 was the year of the first two acquisitions of Ulta. It was Glam Street for the AR piece, and it was QM Scientific for the AI piece, which was actually building an engine for personalization. So 2019 was the big year of launches. We launched live try-on at Ulta Beauty in the app and in the web. And we launched personalization as well. And 2020 was about building on top. So it was not only about try-on, but it was also about the shade finder and being able to detect your skin tone in a very accurate way, knowing the light of the environment. Like, are you in a good light environment? Can we detect your skin tone accurately? Can we recommend a brand that it not only matches your skin, but that actually we know that you would probably like because of your past purchases, right? And we also launched the skin analysis technology that allows us to, that combined with AI, to really be able to understand your skin conditions, understand your severity of your conditions, and match this with your past purchases and what we know that you liked on the past, right? So if we think here about like the mobile app, I think it's from the part of the try-on. These are the 3 experiences that I'm referring to, and there's a quick demo here of each one of them. And I think our focus of our app is really to being a tool to help you find the right products, right? So it's kind of your personal assistant, but digital, right? The importance of this is like in the try-on piece, we really accelerated all the products that we had available. So over 90% of the makeup is available to try on in the app, which was something really important for us, because in a way, if you have a high distribution, then you have more usage, and it can really be used as a tool to help you try any shade. The second one there is the shade finder. You can see I'm trying on different shades, and it looks very realistic. One of the core things that we always worked on, even as when we were with Glam Street, our core differential was the accuracy. We thought that if we're gonna actually provide a way to try on makeup, it was important for us to be accurate. And accuracy not only means color, it means finish, it means coverage, it means texture. So we worked a lot with our proprietary technology, built a library of effects where we could render the majority of the makeup products. So this allowed us to actually be prepared to scale. And on the right, you can see the skin analysis where we can infer your skin conditions and combine it with our AI personalization engine to then receive personalized recommendations and receive a routine recommendation. It can be a complex routine or a simple routine, depending on what you are looking for. Now, AR is great, right? But you need distribution, right? And I think that what accelerated during the pandemic was actually that amount of SKUs that we had calibrated. Now, how do we do it? People ask us, how did you do to have more than 90% of shades in the app? I mean, it's at this point, it's nearly 15,000 shades, right? It's a lot, and they're very accurately calibrated. Well, we seized the opportunity. What we did during the pandemic was that at times where the stores were closed, there were a lot of beauty associates that were in their homes. So we leveraged them in a way that we trained them and we taught them, how can you calibrate? How can you generate a virtual asset? These people are people from the stores that have a deep beauty expertise, but really many of them don't know much about technology, and it's not their core strength. So we went through a process of training them and teaching them, how is it that you can create this virtual asset? How is it that you can create it in a very accurate way? We had at times more than 80 people working with us and calibrating these shades. So what we did was we totally accelerated our work that would have taken close to 2.5 years to complete if we were to do it with the team that was focused on this. This was huge. And the third step of this that was great was operationalizing. Why operationalizing? Because, okay, this is great. We calibrated all of the shades, we accelerated this, but then what, right? At Ulta, we add products all the time. Products come in, products go out, right? And we need to keep calibrating, right? To be up to date. So what we did is we transitioned and operationalized this process with merchandising. So now, actually, when we add new products into Glam Lab, it's just part of the process of adding a new brand into Ulta Beauty. So I think that when we think about AR and we think about anything that requires a calibration, right, it's important that we end up embedding it in the process. Maybe not at the beginning, but we need to get there because that's a way that it will become streamlined, right? So now merchandising owns the process, the same as putting a product into the system. Well, a part of the process is putting it into Glam Lab and generating those digital assets that are needed to render the virtual makeup. So this was game changer for us. And it was really a change that we had to generate in the company to be able to train people and make sure that this process was widely adopted so that we could do this at scale, right? So basically, in the last year only, what we achieved was, well, more than 8 million visits into Glam Lab, more than 85 million shades tried on. And most people actually, there's lipstick is one of the biggest categories for try on. If you see the amount of SKUs that we calibrated last year, we got to 13,000 shades. Now we're over 15,000. And we had the 80 people support us for over 3 months to make this happen. So I think these are big numbers, and for us it was a huge acceleration, which was very key for the moment that we were living, and now to set the base for success for the future of AR at Ulta Beauty. So talking about the future, what about the future? We truly believe that creating a competitive advantage with digital innovation. Digital innovation is a very important theme, and we think about the future. What capabilities should we be building for the future? Who should we be partnering with to create together unique capabilities? So things that we think about as core are personalized and data-driven experiences, virtual try-on and holistic self, which is overall the beauty journey. How do we see a person holistically? Exploring the store in a different way, exploring the world in a different way through immersive commerce. Interactive video, live and social, how does that come to place? And also the custom beauty products on demand. So thinking about those 3 areas, as we think about digital experiences, we're equally excited about generating an online experience, then also bringing the store to life. We really think that technology is important to bring the store to life. How can we meet our guests where they are? When they are looking for something at the right time, tell them the right recommendation, give them the right product or the right tool to help them find it. So as we think about using other type of capabilities, we're experimenting with things such as computer vision and AI to actually recognize objects, recognize brands. For instance, what you're seeing here, it's an experimentation that we did in store where we recognized a brand through computer vision and then showed a 3D object, a little box that guests could interact with, that was fun, that popped up several objects, and that then provided the right information that they wanted, right? So when people are in front of products, they want to read reviews. They want to understand okay, which are the characteristics of the products? They want to know what people thought. So what we did was exactly that: visual recognition, a fun AR experience, and then provide the right information for the guests at the right time through our AI-powered reviews. Other things that we're thinking about are a different way to discover brands. For example, we can surface information of a product. In this case, could be understanding if some brands are part of the conscious beauty program, right? Another thing that we're thinking about is, for example, wayfinding in the store. You're looking for something, you're looking for a routine. Okay, how do you go about that, right? How do you find it? And how can AR help you actually navigate the store? Other things that we're thinking about is, well, how can we meet you at the right time where you are? So localization. If you're in a certain event, it's can you explore the store and then discover there's a local event, there's something going on in that store, and bring it to life and call attention to you when you're there at the right time, at the right moment. So I think that when we look back and we think about 2018, Ulta built strong partnerships with were very important at the time and now key for the future as we think about these exact things, right? So for instance, in 2018 were the 2 acquisitions of the AR company, the AI company, and a strategic partnership with Iterate, which is our innovation partner that help us also source new startups and meet new startups. And then we continue actually to partner with startups and more companies. For instance, at DeepMind recently, a partnership that we announced for search, and with Google providing a virtual try-on technology. So we announced recently as well the creation of the Digital Innovation Fund, which I think it's great and I'm really excited about because it will really help us partner with companies that are leading the way in the space and startups that we can not only support, but also co-create, right? We have as Digital Innovation, a highly technical team, given the acquisitions that were made. We have experts in AR, in AI, development. So we really think that the power comes from everybody. The power comes from partnering, from generating a community, from learning from each other. So as part of the Digital Innovation Fund, really our focus is to transforming the future of beauty, retail and commerce, partnering with entrepreneurs, partnering with investors, partnering with agents of change in this space, and really driving innovation through co-development and differentiated experiences. So yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for letting me share this here, and I'm open for questions.
Does anyone have any questions? Please come up. Wonderful.
Hi, Agustina. This is Jo Scholz. I'm a AR marketing professor and actually have done research on your competitor and their AR experiences and how consumers utilize them. Maybe we connect offline at some point of time about this, but my question to you right now is, how can you leverage, how are you already leveraging AR in order to better connect your customers with your beauty consultants in store or outside of store? So like the human interactions you have with your sales associate, how can AR help you in that? Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great question. And that's something that actually it is one of our focuses. That is, how can we create tools that empower our associate? Our associate is very important, our beauty associate in the store, right? And to be honest, to make these tools successful, we need to have them on board. We need to get their feedback. So as we create these technologies, they are a very important source of feedback. Our team works very much in an experimentation way, right? So going into the stores and showing them what we are building, not when we built it, but build it together, is very important. So we go a lot to the store, design, test and learns, gather feedback quantitatively and qualitatively, a lot from the store associates, to make sure we're creating something that generates value. So as we think about these experiences, we don't think them only that they're good for our guest only, but they need to be good and helpful for our store associate. So think about like AI powered reviews, for instance. Like, there's so many products in the store. It's hard for the associates to even know all the product characteristics, filter through them, know what's best for which person, right? So this tool is as helpful for the guest as for the associate. So we really design with the associate in mind. We think about specific tools for some cases, but we really believe in the power of the phone too, where the phone can be held by the associate or can be held by the guest, right? I think there's a lot coming on the space for Ulta for store associate tools as well that will combine the capabilities in a different way.
Hi, Agustina. My name's Kevin. I'm currently creating a social networking app to compete with Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook, and all those. So my question is, how can I integrate your team's work at Ulta with my app and basically the virtual try-ons to make my app a little more interesting?
Yeah, sure. I mean, let's connect offline. We've actually explored these type of things with other strategic partners of like, how can we provide our technology? So let's connect offline. But like, I think part of what we do is we want to contribute to having AR everywhere, right? So we're happy to chat later.
Okay, thank you. So is the best way LinkedIn to contact you?
Yeah,
Okay.
That would be great.
Awesome, thank you.
Any other questions for Agustina? Sure, one more.
In reference to the AR component, have you done anything as far as marketing with filters on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, or do you kind of feel like the AR experience should live natively on your apps?
That's a good question. We have done things with Facebook filters at the time. With last year, we did a couple of Instagram filters. We think that it serves different purposes. I think AR doesn't specifically has to be only on our own app. So, for example, last year we did some looks, some filters in Instagram that were great. I think I would think about Instagram maybe more like social, more fun, and how to bring the fun. But if we were thinking about distribution and our tool, a try-on tool, and to really be able to help the guest choose a product, I would say today we're directing it to the app because we can really ramp up the SKUs and we control the experience, right? But for something fun, for a brand launch of a new product, right? For like maybe in Halloween you want to do a look. I think we've done things in other platforms as well, right? We've also worked with Unity, working like did some experimentations on that side, creating filters and how can we maybe, I would say, message the impact of the product through a filter. Like if something is hydrating, can we do something fun to show you like the effect of something hydrating, right? Less about accuracy and exact try on and color and finish, and more about maybe the aspirational, and that could also be in different platforms. So I think the more AR that exists everywhere, the better, because it drives adoption overall, right? So it's great to have different platforms, and great for us also to live in different platforms, not only on our own.
Absolutely. So the marketing side, is that something that you do, or is that a different department? Because I work with some of the filter creators on those platforms, and they're always looking to create, they are creating filters for different beauty brands. I know Ulta is one that they've mentioned is exciting for them. So is that, would you be somebody to speak to, or is that a different department in reference to that side?
So our area focuses on experimentation, I would say. So if it's something new that we want to experiment with, it would be my area. But if it's more about like just a classic filter for a promotion with a brand, it would be more like the brand partner area, which is kind of more of the marketing area, not so much my team.
Got it. Very good. Thank you.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Agustina. Wonderful insights. Congratulations. And we can't wait to see what the future holds for your brand. And thanks to our audience. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you.